Hello everyone. This video is a replay of a webinar I did earlier in the year on how to make more money in your business in 2025. I had about a three and a half hour webinar, multiple sessions there, quite a lengthy webinar. So I decided to create a shorter version of that webinar. We went into a lot of extra stuff about technology, business taxes, all kinds of interesting stuff, but in terms of a review, something that's easier to consume, we're just creating a shorter version of that webinar for my clients and anybody that wants to watch it. My name is Joe Morris. I'm a CPA, business consultant, technology consultant. We also have our lead gen business called AI Solutions Lead Gen, which is a sister company to Solution Point Consulting, which is a accounting business and technology business. Anyway, what we're going to do in this little video, this webinar replay, is walk through how we are going to make more money in our business in 2025. The business environment is changing. It's going to be quite a different environment. The business landscape changes every year, but this year is going to be more than others. And I talk to a lot of businesses, and we're all seeing about the same thing. Things are really changing quite a bit. There's a lot of changes in technology. There's a lot of changes in just the way people are approaching opportunities. What I have found in 25 years of doing things like this is that people and businesses that stay out in front of the changes and the advances, they're not only going to succeed, they're going to kill it. But what you have to understand is that everything happens really fast. So you got to be quick about it. You got to move. But for businesses that are service-based businesses, that are appointment-based businesses, this is good news because the things that you need to do to make your businesses succeed, they're not that hard and they're not that expensive. So we want to help you get there, to help you really succeed this year without spending a lot of money and not getting overwhelmed. So some of the things we want to concentrate on to make more money in 2025 is set your business goals and keep them simple and attainable. So you should be setting very realistic goals for your business. And some bullet points here: managing your lead to appointment rates. If you're an appointment-based business, you've got to manage the percentage there, the amount of leads that are coming in that are turning into appointments. I would say that's probably one of your most important elements of making more money this year and managing those sales metrics. Another big one that I would say, it's amazing how many businesses do not do this, but create budgets. So what you want to do is make certain you're creating a budget, which would be estimate how much money you're going to make, what your revenue is going to be, and estimate what you're going to be spending based off of those revenue estimates. And then additionally, just forecasting sales throughout the year. And then once you have that, manage your performance against those budgets. So that would mean creating financial statements like an income statement where you track you measure your performance against those budgets. So those are all things that we can help you with. So if you're interested, you can get a hold of us. We can definitely help you with that kind of information. If people that do that, they succeed. The other thing you have to keep in mind, just so you're not overwhelmed, is that you're not trying to do all these things all at once. Take the incremental steps. Make those small steps, and you will see an impact on your business. The other part that's big, and this is why so much of my business I've become a real technology geek, is you use automation to simplify those redundant tasks that take up way too much of your time. And they're easy. The automation that you can deploy in your business is not expensive, and it's really easy to deploy into your business. And again, we're really good at doing that for your business. So just reach out to us and we can help you with that. Okay, so the goal of this webinar or the webinar replay is I'm going to show you how to stop feeling overwhelmed in your business and how you can implement simple systems to manage your customers more effectively and make more money. And really, the goal of this part of it is to make more money in 2025. Additionally, we're going to see why service-based businesses, those that take leads to appointments, are primed to grow and succeed more than ever in 2025. Also, why spending more money and getting more leads, why, throwing more money at leads will not necessarily get you more appointments and sales. And then we're going to take a look at 3 very easy automation solutions which can be implemented right away, quickly, where you can save money on your, not only save money on your leads, but it'll give you back time and potentially double your business. So, service-based businesses are primed to grow. So if you are a service-based business, a construction company, roofing company, decking company, electrician, plumber, whatever that is, you're going to grow. Everything's pointing up for your business. And here are the reasons why. Interest rates are stabilizing, or I would say they're going to go down this year. So everything I'm hearing from other business owners, people that I contact, is that at a minimum, interest rates are going to stabilize, but the view is that they're going to come down. So when interest rates come down, there is a lot of confidence that comes behind that. People are more willing to spend money. So interest rates will stabilize or come down. AI, you can't even step out the door. I can't go anywhere without hearing AI, and I have AI in my business name. So everywhere you go, you hear about AI. It's taken off. However, AI is never going to replace what you do. So AI will never take the place of good service. AI is not going to replace a good plumber, a good remodel, a deck, or an electrician. It's just not going to happen. So AI can fill a lot of gaps in your business, and it will. It does a really amazing job, takes away a lot of those redundancies and fills in a lot of gaps, but it's not going to replace ever great service. It just won't. Customer service, communication, and professionalism are more important than ever. So if you have great customer service, you communicate well and very professional, and provide great service to your customers, you're going to kill it. You're going to do great because people are starving for human interaction. You see that a lot today in this technical world, that more than ever, businesses that are good at human interaction are going to succeed. People are also starving for great service. I just had an incident this past week. Terrible service. It was awful. It's hard to find really good service. So if you're good at it, you're good at communicating and have great service, you're going to do well. And specifically for service-based businesses, those who win the race for prompt, excellent service, you're going to kill it. You're going to do great because your competition eventually is going to move to this, but you're going to find your competition is probably a few steps behind. So you're going to always be a step ahead of your competition. So additionally, spending more money to get more leads does not mean more appointments and sales. So if you're out there looking to get more quality leads, which is a great thing, I'm all about greater quality leads, but you're going to wind up spending more money, and the net effect may not be what you're looking for. And the reason for that is what we call lead leakage. So you see my guy here on the right-hand side, Mr. Service Guy, he's got a bucket full of money, he's just throwing it in the trash. And that's what lead leakage is. It is missed opportunity, it's higher cost, and it's just throwing money out the door. What that really means is not responding to leads right away. And there's a short window that you have to do that. But if you're not responding to your leads right away, you're tossing money in the trash. And additionally, having leads from many sources, it is hard to keep track. And I have clients that have software that is supposed to pull in the leads from all the different sources. One of my clients was telling me they had a lead come in from Facebook. It was 2 weeks ago, and they just didn't see it. So it's hard for me to believe, but when you have leads coming in from a lot of different sources, they're going to fall through the cracks. So you don't want that. You need to be able to cover that base. It's an easy base to cover. It really is. And you don't want that to happen where you're missing leads. And what it means is lost revenue, and your cost of your lead goes up, which we're going to see here in a little demo. Also, qualifying leads takes a lot of time. I personally went through this when I first started my consulting practice because I was a one-horse operation. I was doing the work. I was generating the revenue. I was creating Google ads. I was doing Facebook ads. I became a real expert in generating leads, but I'll tell you what, it was hard following up on leads. took a lot of time, and I was probably the worst because I would get back to them at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, or sometime when I had a break the next day. And by then it was a little bit late. But probably the biggest issue I had personally was in the qualifying the leads because I had people that just wanted to ask me a whole bunch of questions. I would spend 30, 45 minutes on the phone with them, and they're just kicking the tires. They just want to see how much I know. And I didn't have the systems in place. I spent hours and hours and hours of wasting time talking to leads that weren't interested. And the conversations were the same. It was the same question. I was thinking I should just record myself and just have a recording to answer the questions on a recording because they were all the same. If you can cover that base where you're not having to do that. And so you want to be able to get to where your leads are the most qualified. So you're spending the time, your highly valued time on people that are looking to do what you do. And then also the big one that we're going to look at here in a minute is your lead to appointment rate, your LTA rate. So we're going to look at LTA worksheet and look at the impact on revenue and costs, what that does when you just a couple of percentage points. So increasing when a lead comes in, getting back to them, scheduling an appointment. And how, again, this is just a really, really easy base to cover. It's fast and it's cheap, and you can potentially double your revenue, which we're going to look at here in a minute. So here's a worksheet, and if you get back to me, I can send over this little worksheet here. But this is an example from a client. We tightened up the numbers a little bit. It's not totally what they do, but round numbers, very close to what we projected. So if you look at this, these columns over here have their current data, and then we project out what that means for them. So currently they spend $7,500 on marketing. So this is on generating leads. Their average sale is $12,000. They get 90 leads a month. This is monthly data. Out of those 90 leads, they get 11 appointments. And out of those 11 appointments, they get 5 sales. So this is what they're seeing on average. These are the numbers they've taken, and they've managed these. And they didn't do this out of the gate. So what we did is we worked with them to start tracking this level of data. So they're able to start tracking that data. So that was the first thing we did. Then they're seeing a lead to appointment rate of 12%, just over 12%. Cost per appointment, which is real high in my view, but they're spending, of all that money, they're spending almost $700 for every appointment. And then they're getting 5 sales, so the cost for each sale is $1,500, which really isn't bad when they're looking at their average sale is $12,000. That's not bad. It really isn't. They're making money, and that's probably the reason why they were kind of lax about this, is they were making money, but they could have done so much better, which we're going to look at. So their cost per lead is just over $80. Sales percentage is under 50%, which again, they could do much, much better than that. And you have to be tracking these. This is the kind of information you have to track. So their monthly revenue is right around $60,000. Their annual revenue was $720,000. Now what we did is we plugged in, okay, let's say we bump up our LTA rate to 15%. Very doable. 12% is pretty low. 15% is still really low. But let's just take that 15% and let's see what that does now. So we have still the same information here. Oh, there we go. So we have the same information here. So you see now their cost per appointment just dropped. Just by going a couple of percentages. Now they're $130, about $120, $130 less per appointment. Their cost per sale drops. Their cost per lead stays the same. But look at their monthly revenue, just went up $13,000 a month. So say you spent $500, say you even spent $1,000 a month in automation to get $13,000 increase in revenue. If you're struggling with that, then you're going to have trouble with other elements. And that's what, as a business owner, you have to really look at what your return on investment is. You're spending 1,000 in some cases, depending on the level of help that you get, and maybe $2,000 to get a $13,000, almost $14,000 monthly increase in revenue. I would say that's a no-brainer. You can go much higher in terms of the return, what you would spend to be able to get that. But that, again, is still very low. And look at that. So annually, they are seeing a $163,000 increase in revenue. And say they spent, let's just say they spent $15,000 on automation, which is really way high. Who wouldn't expect that? But if you did that to 10x that return on investment, that's pretty good. And that's still low. Now let's go to 25, which is when we're doing lead gen, those are the kind of numbers we're looking for, which gets a little hard for us because if you don't have the systems in place to be able to manage those leads, you're not going to hit those numbers. So for us, that's a key number for us. We really want to see a lead to appointment percentage rate at about 25%. So that's what we're personally looking for when we do the lead gen side. That's what we push for. So in this case, our cost drops down. Our cost per sale drops significantly. You see, we just cut it in half. And look what we did to our monthly revenue. We doubled our monthly revenue. And look at our annual revenue. Whew. Yeah, so that's 104%, almost 105% increase in revenue. So that's pretty huge. And we didn't spend any more money on leads. So the key is here, when you do this right, you don't really need to spend more money on leads. You may be looking at, especially if the way that we do lead gen is with the branding and everything is very specific to you. So now, if you're spending $7,500, you're getting high quality leads. You're managing that. This number starts going up significantly. But today, you don't need to spend that extra money. You really don't. You don't have to spend it. You can just automation increase your lead to appointment rate, see a tremendous increase. Okay, a couple other small things that you want to do with your customers is follow up. So have a follow-up sequence with your customers, which would be once you have those leads come into your system, you have a follow-up sequence with them. So you are turning them from a cold lead into a warm lead. And you'll find a lot of your customers are not ready to buy, but if you can send them emails, texts, send them updated offers, what's going on, communicate with them, you'll find you'll turn a lot of those cold leads into customers. You will. And it's easy. It's really easy to do. And we can help you with that. So there's something we can definitely help you with on that. And then also just knowing what your offer is. Having a good offer out there for your customer. It would be identifying something specifically that you can do. And this may not be a great example, but for example purposes, if you're doing gutters, you may say, okay, this month we install your gutters, you're going to get the special downspouts and a splash guard, the specific splash guard this month if you book with us by the end of the month, something like that. And just having something out there that may be what you do already, but you may just have something that's a little bit better that you do this month for your customers if they book this month. And we do that too, but we actually do big discounts when we do it. So we have offers that we're real careful about what we do because we have a lot of business, but we do have offers that we throw out there and it does generate business for us. So you want to have that. Here's a big one that I find that I run into with a lot of my clients is that when you go, well, first of all, I always suggest you have a website. It turns you from being a hobbyist into a real profession. So if you don't have a website, get one up. You need to have a website. Again, if you need that, let us know. We can help you. But also your website should be a lead gen asset, not a brochure. And I'll go out, I'll go look at a website and it's getting better. You see a lot more that are doing this, but A lot of times I'll go look at a website and it's just a brochure, it's pretty cool to look at. It's very fancy, but there's nothing that basically entices that lead or that person in there to, oh, okay, I want to contact these people. I want to give them my name and have them give me a call. You need to have an offer on your website. You need to have that so that they will contact you. Something that's going to get them interested. So you want to have an offer and a lead capture form on your website. That is a must. You need to have that. Okay. To it. So here's a little demo site that we set up for this electrical company here. Just kind of demo out the web chat here. So this is an example, and this was done fairly quick. We didn't train the bot on this real well, but even with very minimal training of the bot on this one, you can see it's still pretty good because at the end of the day, we're booking an appointment. So we're having conversations with the lead and booking appointments. Hi, this is Matt from Source Electrical Services. How can we help you today? Come out here. Well, what do you do? What services do you provide? Oh, okay. Well, we provide a range of services, including electrical repairs, installation, and remodeling, smart homes, same day emergency services. What specific service do you need help with? I need to have a generator installed. Is that something you do? Yes, we install Generac and Briggs & Stratton automatic generators, as well as portable generator backfeed inlets. How soon? And this is something we did train it, because the goal is for this guy here, this guy Matt, is try to get information, but your goal is here, Matt, to get an appointment scheduled. And you can have it to where he responds. He can provide a lot of information, but the goal is here for Matt, this smiling guy here. He wants to get an appointment. Okay, well, when do you want to do it? In the next couple of days before the next winter storm comes in. So here we're in between storms. We need to get that generator up because we could lose power with all the ice storms and everything. So great, we can certainly help you with that. Would you like to schedule an appointment with one of our electricians? If so, could I have your name, address, phone number, email to set up? Yes, you may. Excellent. Okay, give it to me. Please provide your name, address, phone number. I know he's saying it nicer than I would. I'd be like, okay, well, what is it? But he says, excellent. Please provide your name, address, phone number, and email address so we can schedule an appointment. Okay, Mark Andrews, 1123 Easy Street. Okay, well, thanks, Mark. You also provide he did provide his address. So that's something we just didn't complete our training on the bot on that one. So now we give them their email and phone number. Perfect, Mark. Thanks. Perfect, Mark. Let's book an appointment for you here. So now he's calling him by his name. He's not calling him guest anymore. He says, thanks, Mark. Or, you can have him. It's just a matter of training. Let's book an appointment for you. Here's the available time slots. So you have a calendar here. You would have a calendar to look at all the appointments based off of, you have a calendar set up. So it's looking at the calendar, basically giving them options when you can come out there. Option 2. So we have our appointment scheduled for Monday at 11 a.m. You'll receive an email confirmation shortly. But also with these confirmations, what's great about what we provide here is not only do they get an email, they'll get a text too. So they receive an email confirmation, they receive a text, and they also set it up to where they get reminders. So they're going to get reminders, they'll get an email reminder, a text reminder. Additionally, the email will go out to the technician. So based off the calendar and the setup, that can go specifically to the technician. So now the technician gets an email or a text that says you have an appointment, and they can look at the calendar and see. And then typically they call the lead just to validate the address and time. And typically it's a good idea to do. But there's work behind the scenes that we set up that not only is the appointment scheduled, but there's confirmations, there's emails, there's reminders that go out. that keep the customer engaged and keep your staff engaged as well. So it's basically thanks, you're welcome, and that one is done. So the next one we have is the missed call text back. And what that does is when a customer calls in, and we're just going to keep this along the lines of a customer calls you. So they place a call into your business that, and there's a answering machine or a voicemail message that goes out. Leave your mobile phone number, email address, or mainly your mobile phone number. So when they leave that mobile phone number, or even when they call in, especially if they're calling from a mobile phone, now what happens is they will get a text back immediately. So let's see how that works. So here's an example of a decking company where they had this working really well for them. This was a great tool for them. They had a lot of customers calling in. And also you can have this happening with emails as well, other ways, but this is just the missed call text back, which is they're calling in. You want to get back to them right away. You really need to get back to them right away. So, hi, this is so and so. Texting is the best way to get a hold of us. If you can give me some more information about what you're looking for, including your name, I can point you in the right direction. Okay, here's the customer or the lead. Good afternoon. I wanted to see how much it is to build that same deck that I see in the picture. So this is off their website. So they see their website. They had an offer on their website. They had a good offer showing on their website. And so they're coming back. Yeah, I'd like to have one of those. The home is light gray, like in the picture. Okay, yeah. Hi there. Again, this is not a person. This is AI. So this is all automation. So you're off doing your work. You're off doing what you need to do, and you're just letting AI, you're letting the system take care of it from here. Hi there. Thank you for your interest in our services. We'd be happy to provide you with a quote for a deck similar to the one in the picture. However, we'll need to know a bit more about your project before we can give you an accurate estimate. Can I ask you a few questions about your project? So now what he's done is he dropped into the chat a picture. So he showed he showed a picture of his house, which is really pretty good. Once you engage with customers like that, they're going to start feeding you information, which is what you want. So when they're hot like this, they're ready to give you. They're ready to communicate and contact, which is what you want. So later on, 5, 10 minutes later, 30 minutes later, they're off on something else. You want to get them right away. So you see this guy already sent in the picture. You can ask me any questions, what the customer's saying. Okay, great. Can you tell me more about the decking material you would like to use? We mainly use Trex decking supplies, but we also work with other types if you have a preference. Additionally, are there any specific features or designs you are looking for in your deck, such as built-in seating or lighting? Yes, I want Trex. I want lighting on the post and on the stairway. Yeah, okay. This is a great lead. Perfect. Trex decking is a great choice. It's a really good response. We can definitely incorporate lighting into your deck design. Do you have any particular style in mind for the post lights or stairway lights? We offer a variety of options to choose from so we can help you find the perfect fit for your project. Additionally, are there any other features or elements you'd like us to include in your deck design? Yes, I would love to see the options you have in lighting for the posts and stairways. Oh, of course. We offer a variety of post stairway lighting options, including solar powered lights, LED lights, low voltage lighting. He goes on to talk about all the different solutions. We can also provide you with samples, lighting options during our appointment. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Is there anything else you'd like to add to your deck design, such as built-in seating or storage? I don't know. What do you think is best? So now AI again is saying what they say. LED and solar powered lights are great. So basically just giving a lot of good information back to the customer, and it goes on. So you see this is the missed call text back, which this works the same as a web chat. So we can set this up. If someone is getting on the web chat and they want to communicate, you can train the bot to do this type of information, which, as you can see, this is going to help your business quite a bit. So now also he says, I need to know pricing ballpark. So this is going to happen. So you're going to get them where they want to know price. Yeah, sure. We're happy to provide you with a ballpark estimate based on the information you've given us. Deck that side with Trex decking would typically cost between 15 and 20. Please keep in mind this is just an estimate, and the final cost will depend on a variety of factors. Really, he's qualifying. The AI is qualifying what it's going to cost, which is great. You probably want to do that to some degree as you're doing this to qualify who's kicking tires. They just want to know, okay, we're sitting here chatting. I want to know what it would cost. If this guy's dropping in a picture of a deck, then he's pretty serious. So by qualifying that, you're identifying this as a really good lead. And then lastly, we have what's called the voice automation, which works similar to the website web chat. But what that does is when a customer calls in, so if you have someone that calls in, whether it's through Facebook, if you have it on Facebook that, hey, call this number, or you have a yard sign, call this number, instead of leaving a message, they're going to talk to what will sound like a real human. They're going to get a real human. So let's say it's 8 o'clock at night and they're calling in, they saw that yard sign. They're like, oh, I really need to get my roof repaired. I need someone to look at my roof. I need gutters. I need a plumber. And so they see that they're ready to call. So instead of getting a text message, which is still great, it's excellent, they are talking to what sounds like a real person. And it's just, I'm not going to demo it here. I do have a demo video. So if you're interested, I'll show you that demo video. You'll have to shoot me an email that tells me you're interested. But I'll demo how that works. It's great. I haven't really used it in my business, but we're working with our clients on it. And what it was, even a couple of years ago, it didn't have. It was a little more machine-like. Now, in some cases, it's been a little hard for me to tell that, okay, this is not a human. So it's just, again, early adopters, you're early on, you're going to be light years ahead of your competition by jumping in on that. But that would be the voice automation where a lead calls into your designated number and they speak what sounds like a real person. So that would be your voice automation. So we're going to summarize here. I want to keep this fairly short. And there, you'll have a way, if you want to talk to me about any of this, I can help you in a lot of ways with your business. But specifically, we want to look for the quick wins for your business, do things that are going to be real quick, inexpensive, and get you ahead of your competition. Because your competition, they're sitting on their hands on things like this. As a business owner, you want to get out there and make some serious money. So in summary, automation includes turning leads into sales by creating systems to automate the lead capture. So we're just going to let automation take that and do the initial qualification, capture process, and response. Just let that be all automated. You want this all in place. You really do. You want it all in place before you crank up the lead flows. When you start kicking up that lead flow, you decide to spend more money on lead flow. Now you better be ready. So if you're increasing your lead flow, you're going to now have a process in place. You better have the headcount ready to do more service. And that's a little side note. That's probably been in one of my other sessions I did. That was one of the bigger complaints was headcount, finding good people because their business was doing better, was increasing, but they were having a hard time finding good people to do the work. So if you do have that, you have to manage that. I don't know if I have a lot of help in terms of finding good people, but I know for me, if I have a good person, you definitely want to make certain that they're happy. Okay. The other thing that's really important is this happens fast. So it's not like it takes months for it to happen. It pretty much is, Well, the AI part takes a little bit of training, but that's not even a day. That's part of a day to get that put in place. Just say it's call it 3 days. So you have 3 days ready to go and kicked off to where you're. And in some cases we have it within a couple hours, but being very realistic. Let's say 3 days. You get 3 days. Within 3 days, you're cranking. You're going. So technology, AI is the future. Eventually, your competition will catch on, but let's jump on ahead before your competition, so you become the leader in your area. Okay, so if you want to chat with me, you want to reach out to me, you want to get the demo video, you want to talk to me about your business. I don't have it up here, but yeah, just shoot me an email. That's going to be the best way. I'm not going to have this big offer out there, although we do. So this is February 1st when I'm doing this. We are starting, and typically I think we have good value in what we do, but the month of February we're doing something a little bit different. So we're going to have a pretty substantial offer discount in place starting here in February. We haven't fully nailed it down, but it's going to be substantial. And so people that are going to be quick to move on this are going to, and it won't be like a 3-month thing. It'll be, if you jump on, this is what it's going to be. And anybody that jumps on afterwards, yeah, too bad. It's going to be, well, not too bad. You're still going to benefit big time. But we want to make it so that we really want you to succeed. That's really what we're all about. When you win, we win. Additionally, if you have needs around accounting, any other technology, business software, we are really good at that. I've been doing this for 25 years, accounting, tax, technology, consulting. I've worked with businesses, $5 billion business in Houston, Texas, multiple $100 million service companies, manufacturing companies. I do a lot of this. I pretty much have taken my side of the practice down to service businesses and leveraging AI and technology. That's why I'm here doing the AI solutions lead gen. We have a whole lead gen side to this, but we're good at helping. I'm a CPA accountant. I live and breathe this business stuff. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Just shoot me an email and I will reach out to you. It won't be AI. So in this case, because you're watching this, you're not going to get AI, you'll get me. So if you want to just go ahead and book an appointment with me, you don't want to give me a call, you want to think about it and you want to book an appointment, you go out here to aisolutionsleadgen.com/web special and just go ahead and find an open spot and let's have a conversation. So again, I'm interested in helping your business, and hopefully we will. And I know if you take these steps, you're going to do really well this year. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year for all of us. All right. If you made it this far, thank you for listening, and I hope to talk to you soon.